Hi, welcome to my broadcast. It's 2:15 or 14:15 GMT on Saturday the 4th of March 2022. Welcome to the stream. It's very simple. I'm going to squeeze this one in before the F1 Bahrain Grand Prix qualifying at 3 o'clock, and it's the F2 sprint race that has recently finished. I've tweeted out the result on Twitter at SportyPH2 of the top 8. I'll go through that quickly. So top 8 were Boschung, Hauger, Martins, Irasa, Pocher, De Ruvela, Maini and Fittipaldi, the top 8 points finishers. Boschung was, it's a reverse grid, so he was 10th the other day in qualifying, gets reversed and he goes first. And anyway, so it'll be a very quick one, and I should get on with it. Here's the, I've already selected the F2 career mode, and I'll just go through these teams quickly. So these are ones just to go through the lineup of the drivers that are definitely in this year and those that aren't anymore. Hauger is definitely in. De Ruvela is definitely in this year. Doohan is in this year, he didn't do very well today, and Sato isn't. Liam Lawson isn't, and Logan Sargent isn't. Logan Sargent is makes his F1 debut this weekend. Marcus Armstrong isn't also. I talked about where Armstrong and Lawson have gone in future. Vips is not in either this year. Vesti is, and Pocher is. Drugovic is obviously the F2 champion and is a test reserve driver for Aston Martin. Novalak is in this year. Caldwell isn't in this year. Boschung is the one we're going to pick. Just finishing off. Nisny is in. Irasa is in this year. For sure, and Williams isn't in this year. Fittipaldi and Calderon's not in this year. And Hughes and Recordial is in this year. So going back, it was Campos, was it? Campos is Boschung. Okay, so we'll do some settings, and we're going to do, so it's AI difficulty is hard, 60, it's a manual race start, that's a little bit like a car, and a clutch control, get to the biting point, etc. Balls and flags, it restricts cornering, cutting stringency, that means you will be penalised for exceeding track limits. And immersive pit stop experience is very interesting. It's a totally new setting in this game. Immersive means that you turn in at the right time to maximise your pit stop times. If you put broadcast, it's just as it is normal, where you go in and it's all looked after for you. But I'm going to put it on as immersive. We won't need to pit, I don't think, in this race. Weather and time of day, I won't tinker with that, and it tends to be quite warm in Bahrain Grand Prix. Ring structure. There's no practice, there's no qualifying, and there's a race format of feature and sprint and feature. I'm going to do a feature no, we're going to do a sprint. No, we'll do a sprint and feature, and we'll do a medium race as well. Assists, I have a wireless controller, not a steering wheel, and it's medium brake assist, medium traction control, auto the gearbox, pit assist on, pit release assist on, EI assist on, and DI assist on. Start the event. It's a randomised grid, so I don't know where Boschung will be. As I said, he finished 10th in qualifying, but because of the reversal of the grid, he started on pole today, and he carried on and won the race quite convincingly by 3 or 4 seconds, I think it was at the end. Now, if I crash in these streams, they finish. Doesn't matter whether it's on the first lap or whatever.
From the Bahrain International Circuit here in Sakhir. Down on the grid, the engineers are making their last check.
Didn't see the grid position, but we shall do it. That's okay. So it's X for the clutch. So I start 11th. Now right hand side is a good strategy for me, as long as I keep away from trouble. Give it a nudge there. Be careful about exceeding track limits. So steady starts. Started 11th and are in 11th. Could be a safety car. No, Cordell is out. Looking good for a points finish. Fittipaldi is just behind me, and then there's a gap to Calderon. Getting away the others at the moment. Fittipaldi hits me. I'm down to 12. It's going to be no problem hanging on to 12 now, hopefully. Calderon is got a penalty, 3 seconds, and is already 3 seconds behind. So gap is near 4 seconds now to Fittipaldi. Calderon is gaining, but has a 3-second time penalty. Keep ahead of the Tatiana Calderon, the lady, Colombian, not driving in this year's championship. She's also a IndyCar driver, or it was at least last year, so I don't know if she'll be in IndyCar. But IndyCar is starting in St. Petersburg, Florida tomorrow, and I'll be doing some sort of tweeting about that on my Twitter account at SportyCoach2 of IndyCar. And then this season I'm looking forward to driving on the IndyCar game, but when that is, I don't know, it'll be a little while yet until it's developed and released. So it's looking like 12th position.
Still looking good.
So if you're in a situation where it's not going very well for you, but you're still racing, I've said before on my streams, try and improve your familiarity with the track layouts, set better sectors and better lap times. Final lap coming, and keep away from Hughes. But Hughes hasn't got a time penalty, so now this is a battle. Hughes is only 0.3 behind, but sure is quite a way back. So we should be alright.
Final lap of the race.
Keeping away from Hughes. This part is tricky because sometimes you can get hit on the back. So we're coming in for 12th position.
great win then for the Dams team today. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
The difference was in the strategy. Credit to the driver for sure, but races like this.
Dams, another team.
So if you don't want to see the podium celebrations, just hit the X button.
Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
I'll probably go for Logan Sargent. The team did a good job with the strategy to put him in the pack, and he was good enough to take the opportunities.
After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
So we'll have a look at this lineup again and work out which drivers are in the championship this year and which aren't. So Arasa is, Caldwell isn't, Nissany is, Sargent is making his F1 debut for Williams this weekend, Sato isn't in this year, Hauger, Vesti, De Ruvela are, Lawson isn't, Boucher is, Fittipaldi is, Boschang is, he won today, Hughes isn't, for sure is, Novalak is, Calderon isn't, Vips isn't, Armstrong isn't, Williams isn't, Drugovic won the championship last year and is test reserve driver for Aston Martin. Doohan is, and Cordial is. I will do a lineup of all the drivers on the roster at some stage over the weekend when I don't know. Okay, let's have a look at lap times. 1:44.660. Yeah, some way off the pace. Okay. So, with qualifying approaching, this will be the last bit of the stream. And we have a feature race length of 8 laps.
Welcome back to the second race of the day.
Let's have a look at the starting grid this time.
The grid order. Liam Lawson lines up on pole position, with Teo Porcher starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vesti, Sargent, Jan De Ruvela, and Sato. Hauger, Nissany, Caldwell, Ayumu Awasa, Boschong, Calderon, Enzo Fittipaldi, Doohan, Verschoor, Hughes, Drugovic, Clement Novalak, Armstrong, Cordial, Williams, and Yuri Vips starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, so it'll be 11th again. Let's see if we can get any better. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get over to the right hand side. Sometimes it works. Woo. Just going up a bit there. Running contention this time. So if you've never driven F2 on racing games. There's 4 reasons why you might want to do it. 1, you may never have heard of the drivers. 2, you may not have any idea how the good teams are. Thirdly, because it's one chassis that's not upgradable, unlike F1, you tend to get closer action. And fourth, you have the sprint feature race scenario, which is being partially adopted in F1. So now we're chasing down Sato. The roster has been set this year, but I suppose it could change when drivers get injured, stuff like that. So there's a bit of a gap to Hauger, the Norwegian. 1.4, that's pretty good. Try and get this gap between me and Sato, but it's growing again. Is closing on me here. So Missily just hit me, but no damage to affect the driving. Away from Missily again. The gap to Sato is far too big. Oh dear.
I'm afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate.
Just about got away with track limits there. But 2 seconds has completely destroyed my race now. Get ahead of these. Dear me.
Are you okay?
Oh.
That was a nasty hit. Turn the engine off and wait for the marshals.
Just overdoing it there. So when you get to the situation, simply select the X button and retire from session. Retire from the session if you want to do so. And that's it.
The ART team are ready and waiting to celebrate. An amazing race today, and so driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi. Who do you think you'd go for?
Let's give it to Felipe Drugovic. That was a quality drive from start to finish. He can be proud of that one.
It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
Okay, so thank you for watching, and as I say, I'll put out a list of the full results for the F2. Twitter at SportyPH2. And F2 is on early in the morning, and hopefully we'll put the results out for that in the morning as well. And so thanks very much for watching, and catch you again. Bye bye.